Are you
Hello
introducing
and
or?
well, that was an interesting start. Hello and welcome to another week of AAOL. My name's Drew Zero and I'm joined by Munchki today. Hello Munchki, how are you?
Hello, I drove like 150 kilometers to be here.
That's
I
commitment,
created
man. That's
15 minutes
commitment.
so I could be here. Oh my god. Oh shit,
What happened to what?
what happened to the dream team? Why is there only 5 players? Oh,
Well,
good job.
don't worry because we're sorting things out. While we're sorting things out, let's talk about our match today. We have YOLO versus the Dream Team up first. And as you can see on the leaderboard, Bjorn to win is currently first. Cute Socks is second, and YOLO and the Dream Team third and fourth, respectively. So this is well, I expect this to be a pretty close match. What do you think, Munchki?
Uh, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I favor YOLO just because of the average player skill level, and I think the what's the SR disadvantage that the dream team's at?
I am not too sure about that
I
one.
think it's like 200.
Okay,
It's
so
it's
it's
it's pretty big. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So you're
you can do
saying
it,
okay,
guys. I
the
believe
Dream
in
Team
you.
is at a SR disadvantage here, but of
Yeah,
course, yeah.
they have Team YOLO has Denzeli. Is that how you pronounce his name? Like
I've just been calling him Denzel, so
no, that's
Denzel it is.
Denzel. It is. Denzel's a really good Genji player. I can attest to being wrecked many times by his Genji, many times. So I don't know how the Dream Team is going to respond to that. I'll be honest. I certainly don't know how to respond.
Well, yeah, that's right. And I had the oh well. Speaking of Genji players, I had the pleasure of playing deathmatch with these guys just before the stream started and got destroyed by Otten, who was playing Genji. So he's another guy we should probably watch out for.
If I'm right, you'll be following Team YOLO this time round.
Sorry, what was that?
Will you be following YOLO for this game, or you'll be following Dream Team?
Well, in terms of observing, I think I'll just try and catch as many plays as possible. But mostly focusing on attacking team. That's usually what we try and do.
Yeah, that'd be YOLO for Anubis, right? Or did they ban Anubis? God, this
Uh,
roll up.
I'm not sure what's going
So
on.
organized.
Let's
Oh, okay.
go.
So it is Anubis, and Volskaya was banned.
Yes, well, Sky was banned. Anubis is the map pick, and I believe YOLO will be attacking first. So, what do we expect to see here? Do you reckon, Munchki? Do we expect to see any Sombra play at all?
Um, I don't think so. Just from what I know, because I scrimmed with the Dream Team, they don't seem to have a good handle on Sombra. They could run Sombra. I'm pretty sure like the players are capable of running Sombra, but they haven't practiced it.
Right.
And
Okay.
Sombra is something that you can't just pull out your ass. You have
Yeah.
to actually have a plan for it.
Yeah. Definitely. It requires a lot of team coordination and practice. So, yeah, probably not. Well, what do you think of YOLO then? YOLO might definitely pull it out. I reckon.
YOLO will pull it out, but my eye is personally going to be on the Genji, Denzel.
So Denzel versus Otten is the matchup that will decide
Denzel versus
this map. It looks like.
Welcome to AOL. Today's Denzel versus On. Chang Li was an interesting DPS player. When I was scrimming, I saw a lot of Junkrat from him. I wonder if they're going to be trying, because this is the first game since they patched the new Junkrat in, right?
I think we had last week was also on the new patch, and we saw a lot of Junkrat play last week as well. So I think the teams have probably had a bit more time to get a handle on the new Junkrat, both to play against him and also playing with him. So I do expect it to be picked a lot though in this series because he's very strong right now. So
So stupidly strong.
yeah.
You can open with a mine to push someone into you, shoot them in the face, and then kill them with a mine. So hard to deal with.
Yeah, his burst damage at close range is really something. Well,
Technical issues. Apparently, we're moving to a new lobby.
Well, we're moving to a new
Denzel's
lobby.
crash.
Apparently.
Don't mind me, I'm like eating some Maui. Maui? How do you pronounce it? Maum taffy. Oh.
Well, while we get this lobby sorted, we might have a couple of minutes downtime. I've been added as one of the players apparently, which is definitely wrong.
I was wondering why I couldn't add you. I didn't know you were playing with YOLO. Rip.
Oh, now I'm playing with Dream Team. No, okay. I'm back up to the spectator list. As we cross back to... Well, while we have a little bit of downtime, which is probably
Dream
going
Team's attacking first.
Oh, they're going to swap over? Yeah, so YOLO's going to defense first, looks like. Going to make their base and defense it, as White Ra says. And Dream Team attacking.
What's your favorite taffy?
Favorite caffeine?
Taffy.
Taffy.
Taffy, a specific type of candy.
I don't really have an opinion really on the different types of taffy. It's very... Put me on the spot here, Munsky.
What else are we going to fill this dead air with? Like, something. I'm eating taffy, so I'm going to talk about taffy. It's great taffy. We're not sponsored by them.
do you want to make a brand shout out here as well?
It's Maum, so M-A-O-A-M. The joysticks. This particular one is cherry flavored. Oh boy.
Well, we're now in the game waiting for the countdown to expire. And probably as expected, we're seeing Denzel on that Junkrat. First up. So it's not going to be the top 10 anime battles, Genji vs Genji battle that you thought it was, that you were hoping for, Munsky, but could see some fireworks here with this Junkrat for sure.
You were right. They did bring out Sombra. I was not expecting this from the Dream Team.
Well, there's still time for them to switch, so we'll see whether they decide to stick with it. Otten is going to probably play that Genji. As I said, very, very strong on that hero pick. And interestingly enough, actually, YOLO is playing Reinhardt and Zarya. So this is another variant of that Chinese anti-dive comp.
Chinese anti-dive.
Yep. But
let's have a look at Dark Prince. What's he doing?
Well, Otten takes a lot of damage first
What
up.
an instant pick. Holy shit.
He's manages to get that health back, and now it looks like they're going to make a push through the left side. And Halak actually getting an early pick on the Titans there, so that's probably going to be this push over. And they're going to reset.
Yeah, it's real hard to... Oh! We see a swap, I think. Was he always Zen, or am I blind?
No, he has swapped. He was the Mercy.
So, this is a really sort of interesting defense. Like, they're choosing to defend sort of a bit further up than most would. Oh, did you see that? We... Briefree has, hacked the health back, I think.
What, on the left side?
Yeah, on the left side. He snuck right past it.
So that's
like,
definitely a...
Don't think... Wasn't even close.
Well, that's definitely a win for the Dream Team. They're going to have a lot more sustain as they try and push through that left side yet again. Often taking out those two Junkrat, Mine and Trap. Denzel getting a pick on the Titans again. So once again, I think they're going to have to back off. But interestingly, Chun-Li has switched over to that Roadhog and he's going to take out the Zarya. Yes, he does get the pick. Denzel the answers with a pick onto Lon. And they're once again a man down.
In trouble.
Chun-Li in a lot of trouble right there. And Denzel now has that Riptide ready as he's bullying Titans. Titans just can't get a break here.
No, it was real close. The Sombra did a really good job trying to... Oh! Go on! Go on!
Otten is
my God, what are these
backcapping here.
plays?
Yeah,
Why are
that's
they,
right.
Why are they backcapping? Holy
Well,
shit.
he didn't manage to get a tick though. He's forced off the point.
Briefly was so close to a tick.
Well, Briefy now has that EMP. All important team wipe ultimate. Oh, Denzel though, getting the triple kill onto the tire while I was not looking at him. And, well,
The sads.
that's they're gonna have to wait
That's
again,
life.
I think.
gonna
Briefy
have
is
to
still waiting on that right-hand side with Otten.
Let's have a quick look at what they're doing. Having a little crouch party, looking at each other.
Yeah, well, actually Tatum's has decided to swap off yet again onto the Ana this
They
time.
might have decided to engage, having 2 people on point. They could try.
Briefy's now on the point, but he's gonna have to translocate out as Rini gets the first kill with that Earth Shatter. And, yeah, Zonix finishing it off there.
Oh,
With
there was
that
a bit of an
tap riser.
unnecessary sun barrier.
Yeah, definitely. It was committed very late. Might have been a bit fat-fingered.
Oh, I haven't had much experience with YOLO. Have you played with them before, aside from the deathmatch? Just with
No,
bullets?
not really, actually.
Oh,
Nice
beautiful
grenade there, but I
Tatum,
don't think there's going to be
please.
any follow-up. There's going to be a lot of free ult charge though for Tatum. He's almost up to that nano boost now, 70%. But, well, the EMP comes out, and I'm afraid that's going to be... Actually, Denzel with the 2 kills with the damage-boosted Junkrat mines will mean
We're
this
seeing
fight
lots
remains
of little
even.
individual fights. And yeah, here we see like well, it's basically what I said before, right? The dream team has a bit of an SR disadvantage, individually speaking. If they have lots of 1v1s or 1v2s everywhere, it's not really going to work out for them.
Well, Sound Barrier is committed now, but Rini with that Earth Shatter and the Graviton Surge will mean nothing will be happening this push. And we're into overtime now, so that's probably going to be the end of YOLO's attack round. Sorry, Dream Team's attack round.
Dream Team's desperately trying to hold on.
Well,
They're gonna
Briefer is
triple
doing
it.
a lot of work there on that Sombra, but he has to back away, and Otten is now dead as well. And, well,
Not enough.
easy defense in the end for YOLO.
See, usually the attacker gets the high ground there, right? You kind of expect it to be just a perfect win for them. But what I noticed was that the Sombra and the Genji just kept coming down onto the point, and they kept engaging on the point instead of maintaining high ground. Like keeping that advantage and keeping that distraction going.
Well, I think
That's what I think.
actually they were very they're very disjointed in the way that they dived as well. Like a lot of times, Otten and Briefly
I don't think they were diving.
were doing.
I'm not really sure what it was.
Yeah, they were like Otten and Briefly were making some nice flanks onto that point, trying to get the back cap, trying to force some of the members of YOLO back to try and defend. But what that meant was that when their Winston Kraith dived, he had no real follow-up to try and confirm those kills, which meant that Denzel on that Junkrat just had a field day with all that spam. Like, the Zarya bubble went down, Reinhardt started hammering, and, well, when you're playing again this kind of comp, you need to, if you're going to dive, you have to dive as a team and try and burst down a target instantly. Because once that Zarya, with that extra sustain from the Zarya and the Reinhardt and the spam from that Junkrat, it means you're not really going to have much luck.
I think the dream team needed to hold on to the ults a little less. Like we saw maybe 2 big ult games. We saw like 2 big engages where ults went down and lots of stuff was happening and there's just being like kills exchanged. Only 2 for like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
It speaks a lot about how they're engaging. I feel.
Well, we're going to see Zonix on this Pharah.
Please don't find me, Bill.
Oh, that was a very nice concussion mine. Knocking everyone off the high ground there as Rooney's immediately diving in to try and capitalize on that. Denzel gets the confirm on that kill. But Tatum's on that Symmetra answers with a kill onto Rini. Zonix is now down. And I think that's going to have to be a reset as Otten and Kraith team up to get those remaining kills. Dark Prince actually dying very late there. It's going to delay their second push a lot. And Denzel as well. So, yep.
Symmetra's teleporter goes up. Where is it? Oh,
The
that's a
Symmetra pick is very interesting, but we're
interesting.
seeing they do have the pharmacy now, so definitely well poised to try and counter this composition, as there's a lot of damage coming down from those rockets now with that damage boost on him as well. And everyone on YOLO, sorry, the Dream Team is so low, and that's probably going to be a map win for the Dream Team. Sorry, for YOLO. I'm getting the teams mixed up yet again. For YOLO, and YOLO does win on Anubis.
You need those little sticky notes, man.
I do. I definitely need sticky notes. It doesn't help they keep switching colors all the time.
I know.
God damn it.
I know.
We need with the player of the game that Earthshatter.
And you completely ruined that push.
Yeah, exactly. Otten and Briefly were on the point there trying to get a back cut and trying to pop that EMP, but that Earthshatter just ended that push completely. Well, as I hit my mic, hopefully I didn't ruin everyone's ears.
No, my ears are fine. They're beautiful. I'm sitting well.
Well,
We see Dorado being banned. I don't really know the map preferences of these two teams because I'm not prepared whatsoever. But yeah, we basically it was kind of sad for the Dream Team. Like I felt bad for them. YOLO like just slowly surrounded them and then collapsed in all at once. You can see like although they were all still alive and also sort of able to contribute, they were all so low that the moment the collapse happened, it was over for them basically.
oh, we're back here with the map picks now. So Eichenwald, I believe, is the choice, and Dorado has been banned. So as we enter into the game,
Will here is like pre-banning Denzel from coming back next season.
well, Denzel's Junkrat definitely was a huge thorn in the side of Dream Team on Anubis, but we'll see if he picks it on Eichenwald as well. But no, he's hovering over that Genji actually.
We might see the anime wars after all. Come on, anime wars.
Anime Wars.
Dream Team,
Otten's
do it.
on that Pharah though, man. I'm not sure. Pharmacy is pretty good. I'm not. It's not often you see it for defense though, so be interesting if he does stick with that.
It's a really divey comp.
And Chun-Li on that Junkrat,
For defense.
as expected.
Oh my god.
The destruction caused by the objects here.
Do you know much about Death Gun? Because
I
Widow's
don't
an
actually. The
interesting
two
pick
players
on
I don't know
Eichenwald.
much about, or three actually. Briefly, Deathgun and Halak. Actually, Xionyx as well is a new face. I haven't seen that name so far. So a couple
I
of new
just have
players.
like Rooney and Denzel like just ingrained in my head. Like the amount of times I've seen the kill cam with their name on it.
Well, Xionyx did show some nice plays on the Pharah on Anubis, so definitely good pickup it looks like for YOLO. And it looks like we're probably going to see Denzel on that Genji, what you always wanted, Munsky. But the Pharah battle is now starting up. The nice rocket, double rockets
Oh my God.
onto Arden, completely shutting him down.
Xionyx.
And that was
Xionyx.
beautiful from Xionyx as the team now diving onto the point with that early pick advantage. And Chun-Li is getting taken very, very low as well. He's finished off. The Briefly's mech is down. And unfortunately, there's nothing really to contest Xionyx now, who's up in the sky, raining down rockets onto the members of the Dream Team. As he takes out Lime, Denzel takes out Otten. Death Gun kills Briefly, and Tatums is taken down by Denzel. And that's going to be a very, very fast cap on this point A for YOLO.
The moment they lost that Farah,
That was
pretty
a
over.
brilliant play from Xionyx. The double rockets straight up to kill him. As
Is he on the swap to Soldier? Hopefully
we
to
see
counter
Rini
Pharmacy.
pull out that Primal Rage here on the high ground. They have the early pick thanks to Xionyx again. He's chasing Otten down on that Soldier, but he's probably not going to be able to get him much. As Denzel, meanwhile, is pulling out a Dragon Blade and takes out Lund. So Xionyx once again a pick onto Chun-Li as well. And they're going to get a lot of card time for this. Dream Team with no chance to regroup and form up a cohesive defense, as we're seeing YOLO be very, very aggressive. Xionyx once again doing a heck of a lot of work on that Pharah. And Denzel diving right into the enemy team. 3v1
Really?
right now, and he manages to
Really?
get out, so very well
Really,
played.
what did you do?
Xionyx is celebrating his plays here with the emote.
Were you watching that? Really being booped into the
No, I
what
didn't.
do
I
you
did
call it,
see
the
that.
river? It was sad. Came in like all hungry for the
Well,
kill.
there's
Wow.
unfortunately there's so many odds going on that it's pretty hard to keep track of. Xionyx does pop the barrage and gets 2 for his troubles. But Otten now pulling out that attack visor is not going to be able to get much. He's zoned off by Rini on that Winston. Not sure about that attack visor. in the
Xionyx
end.
again is having this is not really having much competition.
Primal
Well,
Rage,
he has free reign of like this guy.
Primal Rage is popped for crate, so YOLO forced to
Late.
pull back a little bit, but the sound barrier goes down as well for the Dream Team, and that's going to give them enough sustain, it looks like, to push YOLO back. Halak is being very aggressive. He always boots Growth off, and he gets killed in the end. So there's definitely going to have to be a reset and wait for unfair Winston, he says in chat. But Titans once again has switched over onto his Ana after having a very, very bad time playing Pharmacy. Nice sleep dart there onto Rini on that Primal Rage. But he does manage to get the leap kill onto Kraith. And Rini is doing a lot of work right now. He's killing a lot of members with that Primal Rage. The sound barrier goes down as well now for YOLO. And Denzel getting that pick up onto Chun-Li. And finishes off Otten with that execute. And I think this might be a point cap for... Well, the self-destruct is out now actually, trying to zone everyone off the point, but he doesn't get anything. As YOLO has a pretty big man advantage right now. Another Dragon Blade up now for Denzel. He pulls it out to try and secure the point. He's going to get Otten. He dashes through, and everyone... Oh, Tatums is still alive on that point, but he's taken down. And that's going to be a point B cap for YOLO. Once again, in pretty fast times. They're trying to stagger that Diva on 3-3 is completely out in the open, helpless. As Otten pops that attack visor, but completely denied from that Diva, by that Diva, sorry. So, well played. Xionyx is still playing Pharah on this third point. He's pretty confident, and he pops that barrage, but he gets 3 kills as well. And
this will be a push all the way to the corner if YOLO wants to put it.
Well, yeah, that's right. They're going to get a lot of card time with this. Rini is once again being very, very aggressive. He's taken very low. He manages to get the D-Mac onto Brufri's mech as well, so pretty worth it in the end as YOLO is now backing off. And there is a hero switch. Pharah is not very good on this third point. As he has switched to Reaper, but he's immediately taken down. So the res now, and Otten pops that attack visor once again, and he's nano boosted as well. Can he get any kills from this? No. The sound barrier goes down for YOLO. The self-destruct goes out as well to try and zone him away. And Denzel now with that Dragon Blade trying to get as much as he can, but he's not really getting much. He does get Tatums in the end. Death Gun takes out the Ana with that.
It might be enough. It might be enough. Because both the supports are now dead. It's just Otten and Chun-Li left.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna get...
Tatum's rushing back, trying to...
This car is now moving.
But it may not be in time. No, on
As
contest,
that
just
Winston
that
is going to go down
beautiful
very quickly,
nade.
but no, it's saved by the defense matrix, and Otten actually getting a kill there from behind, and he backs away.
It's starting to look really good for the Dream Team.
Yeah, well, there's a huge spawn advantage right now for the Dream Team, so I think YOLO will have to back away, and they do, so good disengage. Halak and Deathgun are still sticking in there. No, they're gonna keep trying to push this as Chungli gets the mine onto Halak, and without that support...
So this is gonna... If you have a look at the clock, it's a minute and a half left. And if you notice, YOLO has the ult advantage. It's gonna...
Dream Team has the ult advantage.
Dream Team has 2 ults, but you, Reaper, Winston, basically they're a lot closer to full outs. Ooh.
Yeah, well, the sound barrier is popped now, and Otten pops that tech visor. He's trying to get what he can. Bazionix, meanwhile, pops the Death Blossom. He gets one. Free getting one with the self-destruct as well. Denzel now has that Dragon Blade. He pulls it out instantly, confirms the kill onto Lun. Takes out Tatum's as well, and I think this is going to be a map win for YOLO. Chungli's Tire getting the kill at the end, but there's a huge man advantage now for YOLO. And if they play this
YOLO
correctly,
still has... Primal
Rini
Rage.
popping that Primal Rage, bashing everyone back into spawn. But now the sound barrier is down, and everyone is now back
I don't
for...
think it's enough. I think Dream Team has this.
Yeah,
they
Dream
still
Team-
have Nano.
They weren't able to really confirm any kills there, and Dream Team is pushing YOLO back, and Crate now has made a switch onto the Zarya as well, trying to get some extra sustain against YOLO's dive. Sound barriers popped out now for YOLO as well. Denzel confirms the kill onto Crate, but the tag visor comes out for Otten. He's not really getting anything again, and he's taken down. And Nanobit's onto the baby Diva, desperately trying to keep her alive to contest. Tatum's is now the only one. No, Otten is back onto the point. And the Death Blossom out now for Zionix will kill 2 and confirm the point capture for YOLO.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? They had the ult advantage. In that fight, they had 2 rounds of ults.
Well, I think what actually happened was that Dream Team actually did have an ult advantage. Definitely had an ult advantage there. But the way that
they only had 2 ults. Everyone else was on low.
Dream Team
like
had
20,
4
30.
by the time the fight actually started. But then YOLO, what actually ended up happening was that YOLO got
YOLO had
more
5.
effectiveness out of their DPS ults, and because of that, the Dream Team had to keep trickling in, which meant that YOLO definitely got much better ult charge from that fight in the end, as we seem to have a disconnect, it looks like. So we might have to wait. Yep, there is a pause. But yeah, that's what ended up happening in the end. Like, they had to keep trickling, trying to keep contesting. Dream Team actually, they looked like they had 6 members on the point, and they looked like they were going to push YOLO off in the end. But Denzel keeps coming back and confirming those kills out of nowhere. And
the new Junkrat, man. Well, I'm gonna put it down to the new Junkrat.
Well, actually, YOLO weren't even playing the Junkrat. Denzel was on the Genji, so.
Then I'll put it on Denzel.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Denzel's
They're
amazing, amazing Genji.
Well, the other thing we saw actually was Xanix with that Pharah play, absolutely opening up the fight on that first point and carrying it through to the second point as well. They just couldn't contest with him at all.
They had nothing to contest. Like, they dropped the counter Pharah, and then it was just left up to on Soldier 76. One Soldier 76 trying to take down a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Not the easiest job in the world. I feel bad. Once again, I feel bad.
Well, I think we experienced that in one of our ranked games last night, but...
Welcome to Overwatch.
Well, we're still waiting for Rini to reconnect. Not sure what's happened.
I've moved on from my taffy. I'm now enjoying a nice mini Choppa Chop, and I have a candy watch next. What do you think of Roadhog's new changes, by the way? Because we did see some play from Roadhog back in Anubis, I think. It was
unsuccessful in the end.
Unsuccessfully. but nonetheless, it was some playtime. What do you think they were trying to achieve with it?
It's a little hard to say. Like I was a bit confused with that switch to Roadhog. Overall, it seemed more like they were trying to, because of the Reinhardt Zarya, they were trying to, you know, get that hook, get an easy first kill because their dive was not working. Their dive was not able to get that early pick to open up the fight. So they switched to Roadhog to try and, instead of dive onto the enemy, pull one of the supports or whatever he manages to hook out of position so that they can get an easy kill and push that point. But in the end, like Roadhog, with his new changes, yes, he's definitely in a better place than what he was before. But would you rather pick him over Zarya or would you rather pick him over Diva? The jury's still out on that one. I'm not too sure.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna bravely say no. I would not really have. I'd much rather have a Zarya, I'll be honest.
Yeah, like Roadhog is definitely good at sponging damage now. He survives for a lot longer, and his effectiveness of his hook is definitely a lot better. Because he survives longer, he's able to, you know, sustain. But the problem is that in Overwatch, ults are charged through damage. So if it's going to be sponging damage, it's going to be a lot of ult charge for the enemy team. So we see now the teams are starting to set up. Go on, Munchie.
I wonder if like this is not the final change we'll see for Roadhog. Just doesn't feel as the death screams that Torbjorn echo in the background. Yeah, I just don't feel like it's a complete sort of change. Like they're just testing it out at the moment. It doesn't feel like they're happy with it. At least that's not the response I get on the forums and stuff when I go through it.
Well, yeah, I think I have to agree with you there. I think they'll probably have to make some more changes to make him viable again, as we see that anti-dive comp once again coming out on defense for YOLO. And Otten again opting for that pharmacy. So we'll see whether he can get a little bit more done than he did.
Oh, they're going around the long way. Look at them.
Well, actually, this is a it's a very sneaky flank. Otten is completely
sneaky ass
unseen, but he's now trying to get some early. He gets some early rockets onto that Mercy, but not able to confirm the kill as the regen starts coming through. And Zionics taking him down will mean this push will become a lot harder for the Dream Team.
It looks like they still might have it though. Assuming they can get rid of the enemy Mercy, Dream Team might be able to take this point.
Well, Changli is now one of the only ones left alive for the Dream Team. On the note, Briefly is there as well, as we see. This is probably one of the more confusing fights I've ever spectated, as the Riptide comes out, doesn't manage to get anything in the end. And this respawn's now coming out. Nice mine there onto Deathgun to kill him, but Denzel meanwhile doing work on his own Junkrat.
Both teams are just trickling in at this point in time.
Yeah, well, Eichenwald is one of those funny maps where actually, as we see, very nice shot there by Denzel onto Changli to finish him off, and the successful defense by YOLO. Eichenwald is one of those funny maps where on most hybrid or escort maps, there is a huge spawn advantage for the attacking team on the first point. But on Eichenwald, it is a little bit of a longer run back for the attacking team as well. So you can't just trickle in the entire time like you can on King's Row, for example, and expect to get that point. It's better for you to, you know, stop for 10 seconds, wait for the respawn to come through and go in, and you'll still have, because you do have a slight spawn advantage, you'll be able to capitalize on the enemy team being a man down, usually.
It's a pretty good analysis.
As we see Denzel getting, the barrage coming through for Otten, getting 3 kills, and he's immediately rezzed up though by Dark Prince and the Zionics attack visor. Doing some work now. And the Graviton Surge also coming through. Briefly drops that. I'm not sure about that self-destruct. As Tatum's reses 2, trying to get that temporary res going, but that's only...
Oh, Denzel picking off Tatum's.
Yeah, well... It's a very desperate res there
This
by
will be
Tatums.
really, yeah.
And
This will be
Xanax is
very
just having a
difficult
field
to
day.
think they want to name. Yeah, the moment Tatums, the moment they lost their Mercy, it was going to be hard to fight for them. I would have been very surprised to watch them walk away with that point.
Well, I just realized that I had been on the splash screen for most of this game, so unfortunately for the viewers.
Rip.
Apologies.
All three viewers. All three viewers.
All three viewers. My bad. It's now fixed. It's now fixed. Sorry,
the good thing about
the
having
pause completely screwed
that-
me over.
Sorry. The good thing about having three viewers is that you can just name them and say sorry to them like personally.
It's right. They could hear it was radio commentary for like half the defense.
We see oh god.
Whoa, very nice mine there onto Lan by Denzel, and the tag visor is now out for Xionyx as well. The res comes through for Dark Prince, and counter res as well by Tatums. The point is now under contest as we see Chungli gets the kill, but is immediately taken down by Xionyx as well. Now Tatums is under a lot of pressure there by that Winston and the soldier. He's taken down, and I think this will probably be a successful first point. Full hold by YOLO. Very well played by them. And they're now 2-0 up in this series.
I wish I could say it was like unexpected or like a great upset, but it was pretty expected.
Well, YOLO definitely seem to have leveled up since the last time we saw them a little bit as well.
Look at that kill cam. Look at this scary motherfucker. Oh, holy shit. Oh my god.
Well, Denzel proving to be the star DPS player of YOLO, pulling through. Actually, very good team performance as well. Very nice coordination on the dives. And Xionyx, the new player, doing a lot of work on that Pharah. Very impressive indeed. And, well, we're probably going to go straight into our third match as the third map, as the picks and bans will come through now. And I won't switch to the splash screen to make sure that I don't forget to switch it back again. So,
Junkrat Pharah. Oh yeah, Junkrat Pharah. So yeah, Dark Prince has pointed out their opening play with the flanking pharmacy and the front on Junkrat that almost won them the point. Almost. If only they followed up with a little bit of sustain, they could have easily taken it off YOLO. So Oasis has been banned, and now we're waiting on the Dream Team for a pick. Is it Lijiang Tower? No, that is fine. Oh no. They do choose Lijiang Tower. We accept your surrender.
well, YOLO have definitely proven they know how to play Lijiang Tower in previous weeks. That's for
Dream
sure.
Team. Look at the
Dream Team finally getting on with their synchronizing their portraits. Yeah, that's
Except
right.
Orton is being daddy.
Except for Orton. He's like, I'm too good for you guys. I'm carrying this team.
What is that? Is that like an egg?
That is the
Like
Lucio
some season
Ball
one
one,
thing.
I think.
Oh, Lucio Ball.
First
I did
season
not
of Lucio
participate in
Ball or
that.
something like that.
I did not participate.
Well, if I ever do that again and have the splash screen up for half the map, please spam me on Discord or in Twitch chat and I'll change it. So it's my first time using these splash screens. I got them from Tankload because he's not streaming today. So
What is he doing today?
I believe he has exams actually.
Oh, on a Saturday. It's what you get when you live in like a second world country. Cough cough. Please don't send assassins.
Well, Legion
Both
Tower.
teams are being very civil to each other.
Yeah.
This is such a weird thing. Like
I
maybe
expected
this
some
is
more
how you know
trash
players
talk.
are actually.
Yeah.
Maybe this is how you know players are actually mad because they're trying to avoid trash talking.
Well, it's also possible. I think the dream team. Well, I think it's most likely the dream team did kind of expect that there would be. It would be a tough
Slightly
ask to
outclassed.
beat YOLO this week.
YOLO, who's like currently are they currently the leaders?
No, actually, YOLO has. Well, they did put on a very impressive performance in the first week.
Oh yeah, it's
but,
Beyond to Win, right? Aside from that, they
yeah,
have-
Beyond to
they've
Win is
fallen off the map a
currently
little bit.
first on the leaderboard, and Cute Socks is second. So,
Cute Socks in second.
Cute Socks.
I
in
wonder
second.
why that is.
You can take some credit for that, Munchki.
I'll take that credit and I'll buy a house with it because what else am I gonna do? I'm just gonna like pan around and admire the woodwork on the point. Surprisingly good, even if you zoom all the way in.
Well, it looks like we're going to
Exactly like
have
the
the top 10 anime battles this map. So you'll be happy with that, Muskie. As both teams now going through. Interestingly, the Sombra pick for YOLO and the Junkrat pick for the Dream Team, as we see Denzel dashing through, getting the first pick, but Chungli immediately answering with a mine onto the Farah of all things. In fact, he's doing a lot of work right now, and he gets Dark Prince as well with the combo. And huge advantage now for YOLO. He finishes off Rini with the help of Kraith.
Again, I don't know if this is deliberate or anything, but YOLO is exceptionally good at creating those little 1v1 skirmishes just all over the place.
Yeah, well, Dream
And
Team.
using their better average player skill to their advantage.
Well, Dream Team did manage to cap it in the end, so well played to them. As Zyonix gets an early kill there onto Tatum. It looks like YOLO is coming back very strongly on this second point. Chungli does trap Denzel and kill him, and in fact, Death Gun dies to his passive as well. But now there's a man advantage for YOLO, and they're going to clean up the remaining members. And this will be a very, very fast point switch for YOLO, as Dark Prince has now got
What do you
that
think this
EMP
was?
ready as well. So what's interesting actually that Dream Team managed to cap the point first, but YOLO have a huge ult advantage right now. So
I think it's because when Dream Team finally got the point, there were only 3 or 4 people on the point. The rest were running back from spawn. So when YOLO came in with 6 people, strategy.
well, they managed to spawn camp Dream Team quite heavily here. Not even able to get around that out of that choke, and in fact, when they get out of that choke, I think there's going to be.
Oh, look at the tire!
Oh,
Look
the
at the
tire
tire!
is
Look at the
doing
tire.
its wall
What's
climbing.
the tire doing?
It's doing its wall climbing. As it goes through, and it doesn't manage to get anything. Unlucky there. They were trying to engage with that tire and get a quick early pick to allow them to push a team fight, but didn't end up happening as Chungli gets a nice mine there onto Denzel, who overstays his welcome there a little bit, and Quake confirmed that kill onto Haylak as well. Front Rage is out, and Rini does manage to get. Actually, there's a lot of kills now going the way of YOLO, and I think this will be a very successful
Yeah,
defense.
that barrage by Zion is pretty much safe. It may not have gotten the kills on the kill feed, but it was definitely responsible for bringing everyone down low enough. That was very well timed barrage by Zion.
Well, Zyonix is doing has definitely proven his
Zyonix is
prowess
doing the
on
Lord's
Farah,
work.
as we see Otten pull out that Dragon Blade now. He gets Dark Prince early on. Not really able to get much else as the self-destruct is committed, and Denzel takes him down. I think he's going to pull out that. Yes, he does. He pulls it out. And the counter sound barrier goes down as well. He's forced to back away. But Dark Prince is now coming back with that EMP. It's Kraith is still on the point, trying to do as much damage as he can. He does manage to demech, and the Dark Prince EMP goes down. Denzel cleaning up there at the end. And still pretty even fight. He gets the kill to Chun-Li before he kills him. And Xionyx is now the only one left alive. Otten does take him down as well. Bit of a 1v1 there. Otten coming out with 1 HP remaining.
The Dream Team pulling this out.
Well, Dream Team does manage to flip it, but it's at 99%, and they've got a Primal Rage available now. They'll probably try and engage with that as we see YOLO getting onto the point. And Death Gun pulls out that Primal Rage. The Riptide comes in, doesn't manage to get anything. And Denzel reflects that mine into Chun-Li. And, well, confirms the kill onto Kraith as well. The Dragon Blade goes down for Otten, but he's immediately killed and denied by that sound barrier as well. And I think this will be a map win for YOLO in very convincing fashion in the end.
It was a much better contest. Dream Team actually put up a decent fight. I was surprised. I was wholly surprised by them taking the point first. I sort of have to wonder to myself if YOLO backed off on purpose.
Well, they probably did. They did take a couple of picks. I think the Junkrat especially did a lot of work on that first push. But once they saw that Junkrat was there, they were able to tap for that second push, and immediately they managed to switch the point back. So wasn't really like after they switched the point back, Dream Team really couldn't even get to the point really. So until that very last bit, of course, when they had an ult advantage. But so we see the Reaper now out for Xionyx on Control Center. Chun-Li sticking with that Junkrat as well, and once again the Genji battles will start up as Otten dashing through the enemy team. The first D-Mech goes to YOLO, but Otten gets a kill onto Xionyx there on the end. So first kill goes to Otten's very, very low.
Otten desperately.
He's on 10 health and he's taken down as well, YOLO's going to have to back away from this, I think, as Denzel does get a kill onto Wraith, and Dream Team do get the first capture, but YOLO now have the respawns coming in, and they have a huge amount of advantage. Denzel dashing through 2 members to kill them, Tatems and Chun-Li, and quick recap, the quickest recap you could really hope to have for YOLO. And only 20% given up.
Was his life really worth 20%? Not even 20%, like 10% of that much ult charge.
Well,
maybe not.
Maybe not. I don't think so. Self-destruct's thrown aggressive. He doesn't manage to get anything, but meanwhile, Xionyx getting the kill onto Chun-Li. I mean, this push will be delayed once again. YOLO being very aggressive, almost selfless-esque with these spawn caps. In fact, someone was briefly trying to back cap, and he gets taken down as well. So
no, he wasn't back cap. YOLO herded him onto the point. It was fully in YOLO's control for that little skirmish there.
Well, the Dragon Blade just comes up on, but the Nano Blade out now for Denzel, and he gets killed by the tire. So neither Genji, actually Otten getting a lot more with his Dragon Blade there, as Death Gun has his Primal Rage out, not managing to get anything as Chun-Li takes him down, and Chun-Li's Junkrat there in that enclosed space doing so much work. Gets the fadeaway kill onto Halak as well, and Rini now desperately trying to keep the point alive, but he's taken down. Denzel once again trying to come in, but doing his best. But he's very low now. The Zarya bubble saving him. Death Gun is now switched over to that Zarya. They're trying to get as much percentage as possible before this point flips, and they managed to get 75 in the end, so I think they'd be pretty happy with that one. They managed to save most of their ults as well. They have the Sound Barrier and Death Blossom available for the next push. Dream Team do have an ult advantage, but they're immediately trying to come back, and the Riptide is now available for Chun-Li. In fact, he's probably hiding to try and do that, and he does. He pulls it out. The sound barrier is put down. He's waiting for the sound barrier to expire. And he's probably going to get the kill. He does. He gets the kill on the Zyonix.
Right on Zyonix.
And meanwhile, top 10 anime battles happening outside the point. Denzel is the winner of that one. And he pulls out that Dragon Blade. The sound barrier goes down. The self-destruct as well to try and zone everyone off. Pretty well done in the end. Denzel doesn't get anything with that Dragon Blade. And Zyonix is now coming back with that Death Blossom. Let's see if he pulls it out. I think he will.
Oh.
The Zarya Graviton Surge and the Death Blossom doing the work. And Kratos is taken down. And this will be a flip once again for YOLO. Much closer on Control Center though. Both teams accumulating 75%.
Whoa, Death Gun's a pretty good Zarya.
Well, we didn't know much about Death Gun before this match, but we know now that Zyonix is a very good Pharah and Death Gun is a pretty good Zarya. So we're learning. We're learning things every day.
Smarter every
And
day.
the Dragon Blade out now for Otten, but he's completely zoned out by that Lucio boot. The Haylock meanwhile boots Kraith as well to get that kill. And Denzel now has the Dragon Blade. He's going to pull that one out. He gets Lund, he gets Bree free. And probably going to get Otten as well in the end. No, Zyonix is the one to finish off that kill. And that's going to be a map win for YOLO. Winning this series 3-0 in convincing fashion.
I think what really turned it for them was
Oh,
Denzel
my
and what's the
apologies.
Reaper
They're
again?
still playing best of 5. I forgot about this.
What? Oh,
They're still playing best of 5 in this league.
old competitive rules.
Yeah, old best of 5 rules. Well, Dream
Oh, yeah,
Team
well-
have one more opportunity to try and pull things back on Lee Jung's power.
Zyonix and on Reaper and Denzel and Genji just absolutely raped Tatum's Mercy.
Tatum's is having.
There's nothing
Well, we
anyone
saw
could do.
we saw
Tatum's
it
having
even.
many problems.
We saw it
many
even on the first map. Tatum's having a very hard time. He switched heroes 3 times, and still managed to be the first picked almost most of the pushes actually. As we see a bit of a change up here. Denzel is now on the Pharah. And Zyonix is on the Genji, so they're proving their flexibility here a little bit. As Changmei is, oh my god, is booped into the Pharah, and Otten finishes her off with a rocket as well. And that was a concussion mine gone wrong there for Denzel. As we see Otten doing a lot of damage now, as their counter Pharah is dead, and he's now has full free reign with these damage boosted rockets. Denzel's now back trying to zone him out. But he takes a rocket to the face and it's a bit dangerous here. He's gonna have to back away. Zyonix is now switched over to that McCree to try and counter Denzel's Pharah a bit more. And the first cap going to Dream Team. They're building up that percentage now. As we see YOLO going around that backside. Oh, Denzel's taken down by Changli on that Junkrat, and kills now being traded as we see the barrage went out for Otten, gets one, but Otten is now finishing off the remaining kills. 1v1ing Denzel. These two seem to have a bit of a rivalry, playing the same heroes, 1v1ing each other continuously. And meanwhile, on the point, well, that's a bit of cheating there. Denzel getting Zyonix to help you out with that duel, not honorable at all. Death Gun, we didn't really mention it, but Death Gun is on that Roadhog, trying to get those early picks with that hook, and he manages to get Lana with that ult. But meanwhile, the Riptide in the backline, killing Haylock and Dark Prince. And Tatum's reses up the members of the Dream Team that had died, and the Dream Team have a huge advantage here going into next fight. Death Gun getting 2 though late will mean a cap for point switch for YOLO. So Death Gun pulling it out there at the end. And Denzel now spamming away with those damage boosted rockets. Zyonix is going on a pretty sneaky flank here. I think he was left alive after that. The hook connects, but is denied. And the double double kill with that flanking Deadeye from Xyonix, sorry, will mean that YOLO have to back away once again. Sorry, Dream Team have to back away once again. And, well. Nice flashbang into Phantom Hammer there by Xyonix. And, well.
Thank God for backup brothers.
Muskie, welcome back.
Hello. Hello. Somebody may have tripped over one particular wire.
Well, that's what you call unfortunate. As we see an ult advantage now for YOLO as well on the defense. It's going to be a bit difficult. I think, well, Death Gun hooking Lan into the abyss. That's not a good way to die as Lucio. And Free is going to get DMAC'd as well. I'm not really sure what they're doing here. They're not really making any cohesive dives onto the point, or cohesive pushes really. They're kind of just donating their lives by trying to go through that tiny upper ground choke. Meanwhile, Xyonix and Halax have completely zoned out the D.Va. So, Denzel has free reign. The soldier just cannot hit him at this range. And the self-destruct is thrown out as well. The sound barrier goes down for the Dream Team to try and pull it back. And Chun-Li getting 2 kills there, but Xyonix, meanwhile, does a sneaky flanking Deadeye yet again, getting 2 kills. Doesn't manage to get that kill onto Lan, but now the attack vibes is out for Auden. He kills Denzel with those rockets who was trying to barrage him in his face. A bit ambitious there. And looks like it's going to be a point switch for Dream Team in the end. And they're now getting up to that 99%. They're on that 95% now. Death Gun does kill Cotton with that whole hog, but immediately rezzed up by Titans. Gets the hook onto Auden, finishes him off as well. Very nice plays by Death Gun here. And the fight is still raging on the point. And the self-destruct goes down. Denzel, meanwhile, is wreaking havoc with this Pharah. Gets Chun-Li, and still.
That's really showing how the new hog can sort of still work in certain situations.
Well, Auden was just being bullied to no end as Free is DMAC'd, and is gonna get bullied a bit as well. The Riptide, meanwhile, to try and do a last-minute contest. Denzel, though, taking it down with a rocket. And I think Dream Team desperately trying to get back onto the point to try and contest. But in this enclosed quarters, the Pharah is just unkillable. Well, they managed to get the D.Va back once again. They're doing a very good job, actually, trickling one by one to try and contest for as long as physically possible. And Winston is now back with that primal rage, so meanwhile the barrage from Denzel manages to get both of the supports. The Winston goes off the point, bit of a C9 there, and YOLO does manage to pull this out in overtime. Denzel, sharpshooter on the Pharah, not often you see that one.
Denzel, are you like a Tribes player? Were you a Tribes player?
Oh, the shot onto the Riptide, clutch there to try and deny that last minute ult. Once
I'm not
again.
sure if that was wholly intentional, but I'm gonna go with yes. Just in my head canon.
Well, Denzel once again getting a lot of the votes. And, well, I may have called it a bit early, but YOLO do take this match 3-0.
You called it exactly when it needed to be called.
Well,
right.
I think we're going to take a quick break before we come back with our second match, which will be the Dream Team once again playing against Bjorn to win the top team in this league. So we'll be back in around 20 minutes, I think. So we'll see you then.
Alright. Bye. Oh, could you also invite me back into